Okay, question 11. We want to find the radius of circle C, and we're given DA and GB. So notice they tell us the whole length because we're finding this whole length DA is 4x plus 6, not just the first part, which is kind of what it looks like in the picture. And then we have GB. So because this distance from the center of the circle has a 90-degree angle, and the length is 5, and this distance is 5 with a 90-degree angle, that means that the two chords are equal. So I'm going to set those equal to each other. 4x plus 6 equals x plus 18, and I'm going to solve for x. So minus 1x on both sides, and I wrote the 1 because it's kind of easier to see that it's 4 minus 1. So it's 3x plus 6 equals 8. Next step is to get our numbers together. I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. So I have 3x. Oh, I just thought this is going to be a fraction. That's kind of weird. Don't always think it's weird when there's a fraction, but this time I thought this is going to be way easier with a whole number with the next step. It's x plus 18. That should be an 18. That should be an 18. 18 minus 6 is 12. Divided by 3 is 4. So x equals 4. Sometimes you're going to get fraction answers, but I didn't think there would be one this time because our next step is to find the radius. How are we going to find the radius, right? We have a chord, and then two little segments that don't go all the way across. So the way we do this is we make a right triangle. This is a 90-degree angle. So I'm just going to draw it bigger so I can label it. I just made a right triangle. And this is the radius. I'm going from the center all the way out to the edge of the circle. So this is the radius. It's my hypotenuse. And then I know that the short leg on the bottom is 5. I can figure out this side. We just found the whole length of this chord, and we need to cut it in half. So we're going to take 4x plus 6, and now we know x is 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. Okay, we only want half of it. So to get half, we divide by 2. So that means this section is only 11. It's 22 divided by 2. Okay, we have a right triangle with two sides. You should be a pro at this by now. It's Pythagorean theorem. The legs are A and B. The hypotenuse is C. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A is 5. B is 11. And C is what we're solving for. So 5 squared plus 11 squared is 146. But we don't want C squared, we want C. So to get rid of a square, we take the square root of both sides. So square root of 146 is a decimal, and it does not say to round anywhere. So that means we're going to leave our answer exact as the square root of 146. Oops, I forgot the parentheses. Yep, no decimal, okay? If you only use a decimal when it says round.